comes into this one second in the league in rushing with an eye on becoming #1. It's the Falcons and the Bills, and it comes your way next on Madden Football.
Welcome in, everyone, to this presentation of the National Football League on EA Sports. Thanks for having us in, Mike Tirico, along with Greg Olson. Partner, this should be a good one here. In the month of October, we got a couple of teams playing good football to get this season going.
And all offseason, Mike, coaches and teams, they talk about the importance of starting the season strong. And here in this matchup for early in the year, we have our first look at two teams that have started off strong, they're playing winning football, they're starting to really understand what their identity is as a team. And for this stage of the season, this is one of the better matchups we've seen so far, and it's going to go a long way continuing to unravel who are the teams we're going to be talking about come the end of the regular season.
Just about set for football. The crowd is definitely ready. So are we. Off we go on EA Sports. He'll get across the 20, mark him down 23-yard line.
Give me 41 points, 8 sacks, 3 INT.
Led by the big fella, 6'5" quarterback Josh Allen.
I think in today's modern NFL, if you had the ability to create a quarterback and all the qualities that come along with it, Josh Allen's at or near the top of the list. And what I mean by that, Mike, is he's big, he's mobile, he can run to escape, but he can also run as a designed option. And then, of course, in the passing game, he can make every throw. He's smart. He elevates those around him. The last piece of the puzzle, can he get over the hump and have that postseason success to really put him in that upper echelon category?
And he's going to be marked down up around the 33.
I like the call. Using the screen as a drive starter to pick up a chunk play and get this offense into some rhythm. It's clear this offensive play caller anticipated the rush of the defense, and he was able to use it against them.
Throwing now, Allen here on first down.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, here's Allen. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a first down. They put Wilson in motion. Allen going to throw again. Looking downfield for Coleman. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
Well, they've come out swinging here on this opening drive through the air, and that's exactly what they wanted to do. Generate some early chunk plays and try to get some points.
That was BS. Caught that with one hand SMH.
Here's 1st and 10. One more time going up top with Allen. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Throwing again. It's Allen. That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Roman Wilson. Touchdown, Buffalo. It's his 4th touchdown on the year. Exactly the way they scripted this one. A beautiful opening drive, Greg. Able to find the end. The game's first possession.
And, Mike, the word that comes to mind looking at that drive is execution, and that's exactly what they talked about all week long. They wanted to come out early in this game and establish an early rhythm, and that's exactly what they did with that touchdown drive.
Makes the score 7, Falcons nothing.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. This returnable from the 4. Now an opening past the 30. Good return here. Brings it up to the 33-yard line. The Falcons set to take over here on offense. They'll be led out by the lefty from the University of Washington. It's Michael Penix.
There wasn't really anything fancy about the performance in last week's win, Mike. I mean, he had the one interception. He would clearly like to have that one back. But for the most part, I thought he did a nice job keeping the ball out of harm's way. However, it's clear after reviewing the film, he left a lot of opportunities out there. I think there was a lot of meat left on that bone. The 2 touchdown passes, those were great. But if he's going to continue to lead his team to more wins in the future, he has to do a better job identifying those mismatches, finding those opportunities, and when they present themselves, he's got to take it.
So a big one there to start the drive. 62 yards.
That's as dynamic a run as you're going to see. He gets really good initial blocking at the point of speed and open field running that does the rest.
Chance now to match that opening touchdown. It is 1st and goal. They send the tight end in motion. Here's a run. He slams it in there, and he is in. Braylon Allen, touchdown Falcons.
And what a response by this offense. It's not easy taking the field, Mike, for the first time in the game, and you find yourself already down a score. They watch their opponent kind of march down the field and score on the opening possession, and they're able now to go out and square it on up. Allows you to take a deep breath, maybe get a little confidence for your defense to go out and get a stop, and they come away with this extra point. We got ourselves a tie ball game.
Tucker, good on the extra point. And the Falcons come right back to tie it at 7. Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. Couldn't take the chance. They're going to return it from the goal line. And he will get cut down short, shy of the 20-yard line. The Bills' offensive Keon Coleman set to get back to work. And he's been as involved as anyone in the league in the middle part of the season, the NFL leader in receiving yards to this point. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Allen. Catch made, right side by Wilson. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Here's a first carry for their running back. And he'll work this past the 25 to the 26-yard line. That's Chase Young off the edge with the tackle. Third down, 3 to go. Try to pick this one up on the ground. It's a gain of 12 there. 1st down, Buffalo.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. From the gun, it's Allen. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9. Now a timeout, Atlanta. That's their 1st. Off the play fake, here's Allen. He's across midfield.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
Roman Wilson was the intended target. And it's going to be third down. To throw again, it's Allen. And that is incomplete.
And this passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. Now they're staring fourth down right in the face.
Out comes Jake Bates to try a field goal here. The spot is at their own 49, making this a 61-yard attempt.
Wow, what a big kick there. I mean, just looking down, anytime the kicker is lined up on the other side of the 50, you think, there's no way this ball's going to get there, Mike. But listen, he's got a big leg. This one he strikes absolutely perfect. That was good off the foot.
The return starts from the 5. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. They'll begin here on the ground. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6. From the gun, it's Penix. Complete. Former first-round pick Drake London with the catch. 10 yards, the gain on the pitch and catch. First down, Atlanta.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have...
The pass rush gets home, and he goes down.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
On 2nd down, Penix. Pass caught, right side, it's London. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield.
And it doesn't really matter who you put on him, Mike. When you want to play one-on-one man coverage against a receiver like this, there's not a whole lot else you can do. It's hard to put help over the top because the ball's being thrown out by the sidelines. I like playing in and out. I like playing zones. Somebody underneath, somebody over the top. Share the responsibility. But that's not what they're doing. That's straight man coverage. Quarterback sees the matchup. There's no question where the ball's going to go.
They'll run with Allen. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. A tight end in motion now. Another run, and again, it's Allen. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6, and it sets up 3rd down. They'll send a tight end in motion. On 3rd and 1, here's Penix. And he'll be taken down. They got him. back at the 50-yard line.
We've seen a little bit of a transformation across the defensive tackle position. And what I mean, Mike, is years ago, they were on the interior of the line to stuff the run. They were big bodies taking up space. Now, not only do you have to defend the run, you have to be able to win one-on-one matchups and get to the quarterback.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10. From the gun, Josh Allen. Pass pulled in by Carter. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter. Love to start any drive like that. 18 on the first play. And a first down. Here's Allen to throw. Quick throw, taken in. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball.
And they get to him and finally bring him down. It will go down as a sack.
It's so easy to underestimate the speed of this quarterback until you get on the field. They break down your pursuit angle so quickly because of that speed, so give credit to the defense. They understand it's a collective effort to contain this guy, and this time, defense wins and brings him down for a sack.
Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Out of the gun, here's a run up the gut. And he'll only manage to pick up 3 yards, and that leads to 3rd down. They put Wilson in motion. On 3rd down, it's Allen. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. They get 12 yards on that pass. Good for a Bills 1st down. Here's Allen to throw. That's deep for the back of the end zone. Keon Coleman, the intended receiver. And it'll lead to a 2nd down.
So, of course, you prefer to connect on that throw, but think about it like this, Mike. The more they continue to test this defense downfield, the more it's going to open up some of those shorter passes underneath.
On 2nd down, here's Allen. Quick throw here is complete. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short. Third and a yard. They'll try to get this one on the ground. And he is going to have a Bills 1st down. They're able to convert on 3rd and short, picking up 4.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the 1st down.
They put Wilson in motion. Now Allen on 1st down. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front. He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks, and at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
Good drive so far, but this is a big hurdle. It is 3rd and 10. Allen to throw. He'll go right and find his running back. And he will score. Touchdown, Bills.
We all make such a big deal, Mike, when we see a quarterback go through his progression and deliver a deep strike for a touchdown, but sometimes just take what's easy, the easy pitch and catch, get an underneath completion. That's exactly what the quarterback does here, takes what the defense gives them, and when you have a playmaker like that on the outside, they can do the rest with their feet after the catch, and the end result is still a touchdown.
So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. This will be returned from the 6. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Falcons offense and their running back getting set for this next possession.
Patch Terrell was in a soft squat zone. That's why the RB was wide open. Nothing the Bills are doing on offense that is leaving me rattled.
No motion over Flowers. Now the first carry of the game for Josh Jacobs. Room to run at the 40. And he's going to be taken down.
We've seen this trend throughout the league, Mike. Offensively, everyone wants to have depth at the running back position. Yeah, it's great to have one guy, but if you could have 2 or 3 that could all come in and contribute on the ground, that's the goal, and we're seeing it here.
On play action, Penix. Open man downfield, that's London. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
This is just like recess, just playing one-on-one football and saying, all right, I'm throwing you the ball. You got to go get open. This is a great job by the receiver selling it at the top of his route. The defender thought he was defending a deep ball. He sticks his foot in the ground and comes back. Well-timed, well-executed, and a nice pickup.
He'll get it into the hands of Zay Flowers. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's 2nd and 6. You have a tight end motioning left here. They'll run on 2nd down. And nice work here. He's got the first down to about the 30-yard line. And he continues to have success running the ball here in the first half as he's closing in on 100 yards already. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. London brought in motion. Right back to him on 1st down. And it's a big run down to the 10-yard line.
There's a combination of footwork and vision, his ability to kind of weave through traffic and understand where the holes were. It's a really nice job working through some bodies and picking up a big gain.
So not quite 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10. They're pretty close. London brought in motion. They'll stay on the ground. Marked down at the 6. putting the tight end in motion. On the give, this is Allen. He's going to lose yardage here, taken down back at the 8-yard line.
Number one rule of run blocking for the offensive line is you don't want to allow penetration. It just doesn't give your running back any angles to cut and find the hole. It's exactly how it played out here. They've got to do a better job holding the line of scrimmage and not getting pushed back.
On third down, Penix. That one taken in. Great London. Touchdown, Atlanta.
Where you make your mark in the NFL playing quarterback, Mike, is anyone can operate from a clean pocket. But how good are you when that thing gets a little muddy? And this is an NFL-type throw. You're down here. You're looking for a touchdown tight in the red zone. You're in the face of pressure. You've got to hold it for just an extra second to let that route come open. Not everybody can do that. In this case, he hangs in there, delivers it on the money, and comes away with a big touchdown.
Tucker's extra point, up and good. And the Falcons are back to within a field goal. It's 17-14. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Here comes the return from a yard or two deep. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Bills' offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Allen. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel in. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
They face 2nd down and 7. Here's Allen. He'll get this out to his running back. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
3rd and 5. They're going to motion the tight end over here. Allen on 3rd down. He's got his man. That's Coleman. And he will take this one in. 71 yards. Touchdown, Buffalo. 3rd down. My focus, Greg, was on picking up the 1st down. Forget that. They go down the field and in the end zone for a touchdown.
Yeah, and I don't think it was just your focus, Mike. I think in this case, it was the defense's focus. They're so worried about where that 1st down marker was that they allowed them to get that ball up and over the top for the deep strike touchdown.
So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. He fields it at the 8. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And he'll be forced out of bounds, but a very solid return. Here comes Drake London, the rest of that Atlanta offense getting set to take over once more. The deficit is 10, 24-14. So work to do as they come up for 1st and 10. From the gun, here is Penix. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down. Out of the shotgun. It's Penix. That's over the middle and intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
And this is going to go down as a pick, but it really was the pressure defensively that caused the interception. I mean, he was a little sloppy with his fundamentals, but I think it's as a result of the guy in his face led to that ball kind of sailing, inaccurate throw, and that's just really good team defense.
That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. The Bills going to use the first of their timeouts. Clock stops with a little under a minute to go in this second quarter. From the gun, it's Allen. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the second quarter.
Here's 2nd and 2. Again, it's Allen to the air. And he's in. Touchdown, Buffalo.
Just a really nice job, Mike, especially just staying poised. Pressure situation, you know how important it is to steal some points before the half, but everybody's in control. Everybody understood the situation and the clock, and they're able to finish that half in style with that late touchdown.
Bates, good, with the extra point. Bills add on one more as they extend their second quarter lead. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. 1st and 10. And they'll elect not to run another play. Instead, just take a knee and take this on into the locker room.
All right, Michael, we'll get back to you and Greg in just a little bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll get started up at MetLife Stadium. Tampa Bay making the trip northward to take on New York. And that's been a back-and-forth game, all tied in the second quarter. From there, it's off to the land to check on the Browns at home in the Dog Pound. And they trail the visiting Lions in that one. James O'Shaughnessy.
No more man defense.
Lastly, let's get you to Charlotte, North Carolina. Check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. The Texas man, Jonathan Brooks, a touchdown run. Both these teams running through their final adjustments. It's time for the second half. And for the call, let's get it back out to Mike Tirico and Greg Olsen.
All right, Coach. Thank you very much. We welcome you back. It is quarter number 3. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. Falcons offense and Drake London set to take over once more. He's been filling up the stat sheet on a weekly basis, hasn't he? You get a look at where he ranks in terms of receptions by a wideout. The third quarter begins with a run. From the gun, it's Penix. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back.
Well, this is a great example of the old saying, Mike. You never go broke taking a profit. And give credit to this quarterback. I know it's not the big explosive play he was looking for, but getting the ball into the hands of his running back, allow him to pick up some extra yardage after the catch.
From the shotgun, it's a give up the middle. And a good run there. Finds the lane, gets forward. Got 8 yards and sets up a much more manageable 3rd and 2. And his fine afternoon on the ground continues. The last run going to put him up over 100 yards for this one. Tight end going in motion here. 3rd and 2. And Penix. He's going to have that first down. Gain of 6 as they convert on 3rd down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. On 2nd down, here's Penix. This throw right is taken in by Falcons. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
And the Falcons, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
A handoff as they try to run it here. Good running inside the 25. And he's out of bounds, but they are in the red zone, out inside the 20. They get 24 on that one. 1st down, Atlanta.
It's definitely nice to have one of those bruising, punishing backs, kind of help wear down the defense. But I'll tell you what, you can give me a flat-out electric runner like this guy any day of the week. He can turn on those jets, get in that high gear, and he is gone.
And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
Great example of 1st down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly 2nd down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. They'll turn and hand this one off. And the Falcons are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
2nd down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a 1st down.
Throwing is Penix. To the goal line and in. Drake London. Touchdown, Falcons. That's his 2nd touchdown of this one, and he's got a half dozen for the year.
We were talking during the break, Mike. We felt that this was kind of a do-or-die drive. They felt like they needed to come away with the touchdown here, and now they're showing a little life.
Yeah, a little bit of belief, don't you think? Everyone on that field knows they've been a part of a comeback before. It's a pretty big mountain, but a good way to get started here to begin this half. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This going to be returned from right around the goal line. And they'll get this up past the 20, and that's where they'll set up shop. So Allen and the Bills getting set for their next possession. And he's been as good as advertised. Take you through some of the highlights. 4 touchdown passes on point with his receivers right throughout and continuing to master running and executing this offense.
Allen and Burrow are the best CPU Madden QBs I play.
So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. From the shotgun, it's Allen. Catch made, right side by Wilson.
Just take what the defense is giving you. When you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, pitch routes, quick game, now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
He'll look over the middle and find his running back. And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line.
We're starting to see this so often, Mike. The days of just having a running back who you're just going to turn around and hand it to, yes, that's still a critical part of NFL offensive football, but their ability to be used in the passing game, just one more thing for the defense to have to defend, make them go sideline to sideline, line of scrimmage to the end zone, defend every blade of grass, and a really good running back goes a long way in doing it.
2nd down and 8. Handoff here, up the middle, and he's fighting and trying to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not do it. This is going to be a loss of a yard.
When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss of yards.
That's over the middle and intercepted. And he's going to set up his guys with great field position. A huge chance to cut into the deficit.
Mike, these are just throws you're not accustomed to seeing, especially from a quarterback that has played this much football. He's been around the NFL for a long time. He's got to make better decisions. Costly mistakes like that are going to kill his team.
The Falcons offense and Michael Penix getting ready for their next possession. They can get back into this quickly now. Very short field ahead. It is 1st and 10. Back to throw. Here's Penix. Work in the middle of the field, but that is incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
They send the tight end in motion. Putting the tight end in motion. Off the play fake, here's the lefty Penix. And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea. Didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up 3rd down.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan. And then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man. And it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away.
From the gun on 3rd down. Here's Penix. Pressure gets there, and down he goes.
The defensive coaches, they preached all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss. And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This is taken in at the goal line. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Bills offense and the wideout getting set to go once more. And before this drive starts, we'll take a look at the race as it stands. to see who might take home the NFL's Offensive Player of the Year award. On 1st and 10, it's Allen. The pressure gets there, and down he goes. A sack.
This is where the playmaking ability almost can be a detriment to a running quarterback. They have such confidence in their ability to keep plays alive with their legs that sometimes they hold it just a little bit too long, thinking they can make the next big play, and good job by the defenders tracking him down and took him down for a loss. They may not have moved the chains, but with what they were dealing with there on 2nd down, that's a really nice pickup, because now it opens up your play call sheet on 3rd down where it's a little bit more manageable.
And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. The Bills bringing on the punt team. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Falcons offense. And their running back set to go once more. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a 1st down. On the zone read, this is Penix.
Nice job by the defense. They had that one well read from the beginning, Mike. Someone's responsible for the running back, but the key here was the defender responsible for the quarterback. Stays with him, keeps him to a short gain.
2nd and 7. On the ground, it's Allen. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard. Here comes 3rd and 6. Now Penix. And that is incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
This fielded inside the 35. The Bills offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. This drive will start on the ground. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple. So, no shortage of offense in this one as we end the 3rd. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's a 2nd and 12. They put Wilson in motion. Off the play fake, here's Allen. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. From the gun, Josh Allen. He'll air it out deep for Wilson. And he's going to be out but quite a turn of events here. He has set up the offense with 1st and goal.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But, boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now. They get set to take over once more. And this is the break they were looking for. A chance to get back in it late. It is 1st and goal. They're going to motion the tight end over here. Here's a run. Nice gain on 1st down, but the penalty flags come in. And the question now, will the play stand? They'll throw. It's Penix. Quick throw here is complete. Still a ways from the end zone as they come up now on 2nd and goal. Looking to throw. It's Penix. Looking into the middle. There's Flowers. Good job so far by the defense protecting the short field. Now it's 3rd and goal. Tight end going in motion here. On 3rd and goal, it's Penix. And he's in. Jay Flowers. Touchdown Atlanta. A huge touchdown there in the 4th quarter. And now just a point away from tying the game.
And that's one of those drives, Mike, where you know your best is needed. Can you come through here late and give your team a chance? They're an extra point away from tying this thing up, and we got ourselves a ball game.
So they're not level yet. A critical extra point attempt to follow. The kick is good, and that will tie this game here in the 4th quarter. All even. 4th quarter, everything we've wanted. What's in store in the remaining time? Here comes a return from the goal line. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. So now here comes the Buffalo offense heading back out onto the field. This game all even now following that touchdown a moment ago, and they'll look to retake the lead on this drive that starts with 1st down. They bring their tight end right to the ground, a 1st down run. And he'll get back maybe to the line of scrimmage, but probably going to be a loss of a yard here.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
Allen going to get it out quickly to Coleman. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. The crowd making their presence felt. This is 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Allen. He'll go underneath here, the running back out of the backfield. It's a pickup of 12. 1st down, Buffalo.
You get in these situations, 3rd down, tie game, 4th quarter. I mean, this is really where your quarterback makes his money. you are going to put your faith and say, all right, what is the best play for this offense to execute? And the game really rests in the hands of your quarterback, and he continues to come up with these third down pickups and continues to extend this drive. He's got a shot to come away the hero and win this game here late.
He'll get this into the hands of his running back. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line.
And this is what modern-day running back looks like in the NFL. They want to be able to activate these players in the passing game, no different than they do with the tight ends and the wide receivers. When you look out there and you have a mismatch, you have a linebacker or a safety on your running back, he's expected to win, and that's exactly what he did here. Well, you could tell that the defense had seen that play on game tape, and they were ready for it. They tried to do a little jet sweep pop pass out of the gun. Defense was all over it. Nowhere to go, no game.
On second down, Allen. Quick throw, taken in. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on third down.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
Try to pick this one up on the ground. So a big one looming for Jake Bates. This to take the lead here in the fourth. This one has landed good. And they take the lead here in the fourth quarter.
And this has been such a tight game, but that's a big one right there. I mean, you need a kicker with confidence. Well, this guy, he fits the bill. He steps up and knocks it through to give his guys a lead here in the fourth quarter.
And he'll be out of bounds just past the 25. The home team's offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Penix. Checking it down, this one is caught.
Anytime you have a running back like this, it's more about just how many ways can you get the ball in his hand. He's had a great game today so far on the ground. Now they're starting to find ways to get him the ball through the air, and that is a handful for any defense.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he's going to have the first down. Mark him at the 45 and move the chains. On the ground, it's Jacobs. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. Now Penix to throw on 2nd down. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and The age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
On 1st and 10, it's Penix. And it's left side and caught by Flowers.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. London brought in motion. On 2nd down, they run with Allen. And they'll finally run him down, but he takes it inside the 10-yard line.
Big hole up the middle. The interior of this offensive line did a great job clearing some space. The back saw it quick, and he hit it. The next thing you know, he was in the secondary for a big pickup.
Now, 1st and goal. London brought in motion. They'll run here. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. Now 2nd and inches. They'll drop to throw. He's got his big tight end. Touchdown, Falcons.
Look, Mike, I don't want to imply that they drew this play up specifically because this is when the league is celebrating National Tight Ends Day. But you got to admit, it's kind of fun seeing him score on this day in particular and join his fellow tight ends who've also scored throughout the league.
So now playing with the lead after that 4th quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. This taken in at the goal line. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense getting set to get back to work. The trail by 4, a touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Allen. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And he's got this up close to the 35-yard line. Plenty of time, plus 2 timeouts at their disposal. It's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Allen. Catch made, right side by Wilson. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Here's 2nd down and 3. They put Wilson in motion. They go play action now. Here's Allen. And that would be the dagger. It's intercepted. That's the safety, Jesse Bates.
And at this point in the game, Mike, we all know one play can be the difference between winning and losing. And now after that poor throw, we'll see, can they capitalize on this extra possession that they just stole?
Game over.
The home team's offense back onto the field for their next possession. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. The defense still with all 3 timeouts at their disposal as the quarterback's down to a knee. Second and 11.
Defense was a lead in the second half. Great comeback. Never doubted my team, even down 17. We are way too tough, smart, and talented.
So it's a win here for the Falcons. They continue to be the hottest team in the NFL here in the first couple of months of the season as they remain unbeaten. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Oates, for our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the